I'm Anna and you're watching Food Love. So I got a request from Angela who wants to know how I make beef stroganoff. Now, juicy beef, earthy mushrooms, and a rich tangy sauce, how bad could that be? So if you're looking for an easy, hearty weeknight meal, please keep watching. So I start by dicing a whole small onion. You could use half of a large onion or half of a medium onion will do as well. I have some baby portobello mushrooms that I'm going to stem, and I'm going to halve them since they're so small. Now I have a garlic clove that I'm going to slice, and then I'm going to chop. And then once I've done chopping all of the vegetables, I'm going to just put them aside for later. So I have 1 pound of sirloin steak, and I'm going to start by cutting them in strips and then cubes. And once I've done this, I'll put this in a bowl for later. So I have a hot pan here that I've heated 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil along with 1 tablespoon of butter. I got my pan nice and hot. Don't be afraid to get your pan nice and hot, because this is where the color on your beef is going to come from, and color is flavor. Now I salted and peppered this to taste. I did cook these in 2 batches because I wanted to make sure that my heat stayed nice and even so that my beef would brown nicely. So I scooped these out and set them aside, and then I was left with that nice brown, crusty, oily stuff that came from the beef that tastes so good. I'm measuring out 2 cups of beef broth, and to that I'm adding a ½ cup of dry red wine. And I put those veggies that we chopped into those nice brown, oily bits that was left over from the beef. And don't be afraid to get color on your veggies. Remember, color is flavor. And then that wine and broth mixture that we mixed up, I added that to the hot pan with the vegetables, but I reserved a little. So I'm mixing this up, making sure that I'm getting all those nice brown bits stirred up. And I'm going to let this reduce to about 1/3. So I have some water that I put on for the noodles that we'll need for this dish. And to that reserved mixture of wine and beef broth, I added 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, and I whisked that all together, making a slurry, which I added to my reduced sauce. And then I just stirred it around, and this of course is going to thicken the sauce. And if you feel that your sauce is too tight or too thick, start by adding tablespoons at a time to loosen it up a little bit of either water or more beef broth. So to this I added 1/4 cup of sour cream, and I'm getting that nice and mixed up. I want to get it well mixed, and this is what we're looking for, this nice rich creamy brown color. So pretty. So our water is boiling, so I've added to that some salt. And then I used papardelle noodles, which were very, very good. They are Italian egg noodles. So I dropped those in, and I just kind of stirred them around a little bit to break them up. And so the sauce that we've thickened, I've added back the beef that we browned and just mixed it up. Made sure that all of the beef is covered in the mushroom sauce. So our noodles are ready. So I'm draining those. And then to a hot pot, I've added some butter. And then I've added our noodles. I'm just going to, mix these around a little bit until they're nice and covered with the warm butter. And then I have some flat leaf Italian parsley that I've chopped up just for a little garnish later. And here's our buttered noodles. And the rich, hearty beef stroganoff that we made. Look at that. Really nice. Sauce is not too thick, but not too thin. Very delicious. And there's that garnish of the parsley at the end. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I certainly enjoyed making it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm wishing you joy and lots of food love.